I think that we are at the point where we have the plan pretty much in place, and I'm anticipating, hopefully, that there are any major shifts in direction on the plan at this point in time. Throughout this process, we've invited public comment, and we've had a number of opportunities for public outreach or input into the process. So what we've heard from the public has informed this entire process, as well as the input that we've gotten from all of you. We started with an understanding of what the issues are and the opportunities in the Route 6 corridor, and then from the public input and your guidance, we came up with a vision statement for the corridor, and that's kind of the guiding view of what the corridor should be like long term. We accompanied that with some guiding policies, and that will help guide the implementation, in particular, any adjustments that you make to zoning. That will give you a framework for that. And then relative to transportation, we said that in the future, the Route 6 corridor will provide a balance between local needs for travel, the needs of people moving through the community and coming in to shop, and it will efficiently and safely connect the corridor with the balance of the community as well as adjoining towns. So, and it will also offer opportunities to travel by a variety of modes, so not just by automobile, but by walking and bicycling. And as I said, the land use typologies are really a framework for how you want to see development occur over time and evolve over time in each one of these segments. And it's a basis from which you can consider individual zoning amendments or zoning changes. So it's not a zoning prescription, it's a framework for them. And it's a kind of a recurring theme, I think, for the recommendations that we've made for the corridor, is to build some more flexibility so that as the market changes and as market forces changes, which they will as a long-term plan, that this will be able to move along with it and still serve your needs and your goals for the corridor. And then this is the scenario that we've come up with for the Farmington Avenue segment that we recommend. And recommending that there be a lot of transition area in between. The transition areas are really an area that has is a bit more density and than you might find in the single-family residential areas, a bit more compact, a little more going on. So these are the overriding themes for the land use recommendations that we have in the plan. That is, to have mixed use in the right context, to create opportunities for a mix of uses in a variety of areas throughout the transition zones, in particular in the corridor, which might be a mix of residential over commercial, perhaps give a bit more flexibility to smaller developers who want to come in and redevelop a site for a small business. And our primary tool that we've recommended be used for all of this is a wide variety of zoning adjustments. And so the table of recommendations has quite a bit of detail in it about the types of adjustments that you might want to make to zoning. We've recommended you supplement the requirements relative to adaptive reuse, as we expect much of the development to be a reuse of existing properties or residential properties where someone may want to convert it to something commercial. You really want to have a lot of detail in there about how they go about doing this and about what the character of it should be if you are going to allow that to happen. We also recommend to adjust the minimum parking requirements. They are relatively high relative to the types of uses that you have, and to add maximums so that some of the big box developers who like to have as much parking up here available as possible will be discouraged from providing too much parking and really create more space for development and less of it dedicated to parking.